Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Bunny. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome for my returning subscribers, the ones who keep choosing me over and over again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today I'm just going to share with you guys what I've been doing during my waiting season that has been helping me quite a lot and that kept me moving. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. The number one thing that really kept me going through this whole waiting period, and that still keep me going, is just my friends and family. They've been there for me, and I'm not saying this like to brag to those of you probably who don't have family members or friends who you can really rely on and who are just a phone call away. But I'm really grateful to God for the type of friends and family that He blessed me with. My family has been my backbone, guys. And this goes a long way up until my uncles, my aunties, my cousins, and my sisters, my siblings. Hi guys. Those kept me going, and I'm really grateful to God for that. I'm grateful to God for them, Shem. And my friends, my circle, my girls, they have been there since day one. They saw me through the happy moments. They saw me through the sad moments. And up until today, they have been there. And vice versa. So, thank you guys. I don't even deserve you guys. My partner as well. I really thank God for my partner. God has really blessed me with somebody who, if I have to start talking about him, honestly speaking, I won't even finish. He's probably not even going to watch this anyways. But in a nutshell, I just really want to thank God for my family and my friends. And He knew that I needed them and that I still need them till today for this season. And I'm just saying this to say that talking to somebody really helps. I know it's not every one of us who have the privilege of having friends out there who you can really speak to, or maybe like family members. But within your community or like a church, I'm sure our respective churches have got like counseling services. So maybe you can just go to church and you ask to speak to the pastor or a community member or just a colleague. I'll just advise you to at least have that one or two people that you can speak to. And this doesn't necessarily mean that only when you are going through something that's difficult. Even in your happy moments, you need to share it with somebody. And for those of you who do not have anybody or who do not even have that privilege, I just pray that the Lord will send somebody who will be able to be a part of your life. Honestly, that's the only prayer I've got for you guys. Or maybe we can be friends. We can be friends as well. Self-care is another thing that really helped me, or that has been helping me, and I'll divide this into two. One being taking care of my mental health and how I've been doing that. I'm not much of a reader, however, I'm a good listener. So if you want to communicate with me, rather send a voice note than a long text. You get what I'm saying? Um, so I've been listening to good content that I can relate to. That has been really helping me quite a lot. I've also been just listening to advice, whether it comes from my parents, whether it comes from my friends, my family, anybody who I feel has good intention for me, I listen to them and I try by all means to do what they advise me. Ne? I've also been listening to sermons. I'm actually really big on that, listening to sermon like the Miles Monroe, them, Apostle Joshua Salman, Pastor Kumuni, all these motivational speakers, all these pastors, and just anything that is good that will help me to get myself out of overthinking, get myself out of self-doubt and all that. So that is how I've been feeding my mind. So I always try to take myself out of negative thinking by trying to think positively, you understand? So, and I do little things to remind myself of who I am and of my potential, and most importantly, of what God says and what He sees in me. Ne? Yeah, that's what I've been doing to nourish my mental health. The second part is physically. Physically, I've just been taking care of myself, guys. I've really been taking care of myself. Should it means I just take a shower, put on some makeup, dress up, take a video or take photos of myself and go back to bed. That's it. Just me looking good, feeling good has really helped me a lot. The other important thing is just picking up after myself or like cleaning my space. I've realized that when my room, for example, is dirty or cluttered or whatever, that has also been affecting my mental health. So I'm not saying I'm not talking about the spring cleaning, guys. I'm not talking about, the heavy duty kind of cleaning, but just the simple stuff like picking after myself, like making my bed. Is that always the case? No, it's not. Are there days that my room looks like whatever? Yes. But then the moment I allow my room to look like that for weeks and weeks and weeks, it really does affect my mental. Hence, I've been like trying at least to maintain at least a lookable space, Yeah, for me, it's like the cleanliness of my room equals to productivity. I don't know if that's making sense. I tend to be more creative and more productive when my space is clean, and that's just how I function. What I've also realized is that whenever I don't want to do anything, and those days do come where I just want to be left alone, I just want to be in my room. And usually what I would do is I would close my curtains and I'll just be in the room, in a dark room, and then I'll put on a movie, for an example, and that's it. That's all I do for the day. What I can tell you is that, girl, satana ponderantu mondu dadao. Satana teku pondere mota tekuru. So isolating yourself to that extent where you are just in your room and you are all alone, in a dark room for that matter, can be very dangerous because of the thoughts that just keep coming, the thoughts, because of the unending thoughts that just keep coming. So, what I do is whenever I start seeing that pattern, 2 days, then I just get out of the room. I know it takes the living strength out of me to do that, but it's best to just get out of the room, girl. Like I get out of that room, ne, and I just sit outside. Whenever you start feeling overwhelmed too much and you start seeing that you are now overthinking, it's best you just get out of the room. Get out of the room, sit at your door, sit in the yard, look at the ants, hear the cars moving, see kids playing. Just get yourself out of that isolation. It's really just not good for you. That's another advice I have for you guys. Um, yeah, don't isolate yourself too much. Basically, don't. Yeah. Assigning little tasks has really helped me. Just like developing a routine for myself. Ne? This is something new to me, but that I've seen really helps me. A routine. Ne? For an example, this is my routine. Every day I wake up. Okay, let me say for the past, maybe I would say 2 months now, and it has really helped me. I wake up, I do my quiet time, I exercise, guys. I've started working out small. I've started working out just a little bit. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's more than enough. It's more than enough, guys. I'm not here to kill myself. And that has really been helping me quite a lot. Ne? And then I just pre plan Kushani. Tomorrow I'm going to do laundry. So I wake up, I do that laundry, and then maybe after hours, I fold the laundry and I pack it up. Moskopa. That's it. Ne? Or just knowing that, okay, tomorrow it's my film day. So in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll write what I'm going to film. I'll write a script from what I'm going to film. And then I film, and then I leave the editing for another day. It's better for you to pre plan your day than just to leave and do things randomly. Because I know in between there, obviously you will do little tasks, do things randomly, but then when you pre-plan your day, at least it helps you to prepare it prepares your mind to be productive the next day. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that has been really helping me a lot. And by pre-planning, I don't really, one thing about me, guys, I like the soft life. No, one thing about me is I don't like anything that will overwhelm me. Anything that I feel will overwhelm me or put a lot of pressure on me, girl, we are not doing that. I just try to make things very simple for myself. That way, I get things done. But that is just how I operate. When I simplify things for myself, I become more um, productive. I, I don't know how many times I've used that word today, but I really just become more biunguraman. You understand? I get things done when I have a routine. I get more things done when I have a routine than not having any. Yes. And obviously, when it comes to routine, also, we all have different schedules, and your routine is your routine. It depends on what you do. Ne? If you go to work, it's obviously a little bit different because you spend 9 hours of your day at work. Ne? It's not the same as like me, who is just mostly at home. Um, and the disadvantage of you just being home, you feel like you have all the time in the world. Nothing is chasing after you or you chasing after them. You just feel like you have all the time in the world, and if you don't have a routine, you will hardly get things done. Ne? Last but not the least, the most important thing is God, guys. And one of the biggest mistakes that I've been doing is me thinking that me getting a job right now will answer all my prayers and it will bring a lot of happiness to me. Yeah? And the reality is there are people who are employed and they are just not happy at their employment places or at their work. Yeah? So me thinking that if I get employed, I'll be happier, that's pure nonsense, you know? And the other thing is me thinking that the job is the only thing that will sustain me or that has been sustaining me is also just nonsense. Ne? God has been sustaining me, and He has been the one who have been sustaining me before I was born, during my birth, and up until this time. And whatever you have been waiting for, ne? When you get it, obviously it's a good thing. Your prayer is answered. But don't see that as your source of happiness and sustainability. Looking back, now that I'm thinking about it, I can confidently say that what I've achieved in the last 3 years of my waiting period has been a lot compared to when I was actually working. And I've grown as a person. I've grown mentally, the way I look at things, the way I look at myself, my confidence, my intentions, all those things have really grown. Ne? And for those around me, they can testify with me that I've grown as a person, as an individual. My understanding, I'm more open-minded now. Ne? And also career-wise, I've also grown. And it was only after my job that I've even gotten a lot of confidence to even start a whole YouTube channel. You understand? So I'm just saying this to say that God has been sustaining me. And if anything, I'm actually repenting for thinking that my salary has been sustaining me all this while, or for thinking that I could sustain myself. Ne? And I know probably to you guys this is not making a whole lot of sense, but all I'm saying is that right now in this season, what has been helping me is just God Himself. Guys, I don't even have a plan A anymore. Speak less of a plan B. God has been my plan A to Z. Life has proved me so much that I don't even trust my own decisions anymore. I literally have to pray for every and any little thing right now. It's that crazy. and I feel like that is the will of God in the first place. We need to completely rely on God for happiness. We need to rely on God for everything, in order for us to be happier and in order for us to feel fulfilled. I'm not saying one should squander what they have and not think about the future. However, I'm saying that life happens. Even those who pre-plan and those who budget well and those who do things by the book, life also happens to them and they feel overwhelmed at the end of the day. But that is also just my belief. And in this season, I've decided to be more intentional with God. I've decided to just have a personal relationship with God, to experience God for myself. And that has been helping me a whole lot. That has been really helping me a whole lot during this period. God has been showing me that yes, you will definitely get a job. And I believe that God has been revealing himself better to me. And also just standing on the promises of God. One of the scriptures that I've been thinking about quite a lot is the scripture that says, the number of years that the locusts have eaten, I, the Lord, will restore unto you. And that scripture has been bringing me hope. Believing what God says about my situation, and also generally my waiting period has just, I feel like it had to happen to bring me closer to God, to bring me back to the first love that I had for God. And sometimes you are waiting on God for things, depending on what your waiting period is. Sometimes God allows situations and challenges to come your way to bring you back to Him. Is it comfortable? No. Can it be frustrating? Yes. But sometimes those things happen just for you to bring you back to Him. I am not okay when I don't feed myself spiritually, and I'm more overwhelmed and more stressed, and I have more anxiety and all these things when I don't give God the time that He needs. Ne? So, yeah, I've just been trusting God more in this season, and I'm learning to allow God to be in every decision that I take. And God brings this sense of fulfillment, and I love that for me. And I need that to get going. So I've just decided to share with you guys what I've been doing and a little tips here and there on what you can also do during your waiting season as we wait for the Lord to answer our prayers, and as we also prepare ourselves to receive what we've been praying for with a good heart, with good intentions and all that, guys. So I hope you guys also really enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for showing so much love to my part 1. I know I was very vulnerable. It was a mess, but then I would like to thank you guys for engaging. The views there have increased, and all I can say is thank you guys so much, and may God bless you in this season. May God be your strength, and I shall see you guys in my next one.